When Captain America throws his mighty shield, all those who chose to oppose his shield must yield. That's my little tribute to Captain America, straight off the bat. Guess what? I love Captain America. One of my favorite characters. Speaking of Cap, guess what? It's time for another commentary, and this time it's about Captain America. Hence the shield. So, Shieldy came down from his big throne on the wall to join us for this little commentary thing. And yeah, haven't had much success with these commentaries as much as I hoped I would, but I'm still doing them anyway. So let's see. By the way, I am aware of the irony of watching a Captain America movie while drinking from a little cup that has Superman on it, and this little image of the Justice League. But hey, it keeps me hydrated, because doing these commentaries is a lot of work, and can't exactly get up to go grab something to drink along the way. So anyways, I'm boring you guys, aren't I? Let's just start this stupid thing, and hold on. I'm just stalling for time. Okay, now here we go. Another video for Disney to take down, so I can send them a dispute and they can put it back on my channel again. It's still got the Paramount logo, by the way. I believe the Avengers is the only one that is the first one that doesn't. And of course the Marvel Studios logo, the old one, the original. See, Marvel Studios, not Marvel Comics. That's how you differentiate the Marvel movies from the X-Men movies, or the Fantastic Four movies, or the Spider-Man movies, or whatever. I really wish I could turn this light off. It's really bothering me, but never mind. Maybe one day I'll have enough time to do a commentary during the daytime. So we're starting off somewhere very cold, as you can see. Some random guy. I'm just trying to keep this interesting, by the way. Sorry if I'm boring you. No. A weather balloon underground. It's a spaceship! Sorry, I dropped something. There we go. Hard to do stuff with only one hand. I love this! This is a wonderful drilling device. It's done by laser, apparently. Man, S.H.I.E.L.D's got some resources. Now, just look at this and tell me you don't think that it's an alien spaceship at first sight. By the way, I love this opening, because Captain America was introduced in the 40s at first, then he was just kind of forgotten. Then he was reintroduced into the Avengers by having the trick of, because people forgot about him, then they set it up in a way that he wasn't forgotten, he was just frozen in the Arctic Ocean or something. And they just found him. By the way, the Avengers comics only came out about 20 years after Captain America. It was in the 60s, but still, Some time has passed.
Lieutenant? What is... My God. Hey, give me a line to the colonel. I don't care what time it is. This one's waited long enough.
Look, Shildy, it's your brother. Just kidding. Tonsberg, Norway, March 1942. Yeah, I think that's when the first issue of Captain America came out. I'm not certain. It was either 42 or 43. Kind of feel like I should recognize this actor, but I'm not, for some reason. Oops! There he goes. Someone just pushed a shovel through your wall. No, he's gone. Yeah. Oh, I'm so villainy. Look at my villainy car. You gotta hand it to superhero comics in the 40s. They had very creative designs for their tanks, for the Nazi vehicles and weaponry. They still do, technically. Herr Schmidt. I think I gave you a spoiler. You can see something behind his ear, signaling it's not his real face. See? There it is. Hugo Weaving is awesome, by the way. He's basically doing all the villain roles and all the sci-fi fantasy stuff, but he's still awesome in this movie. One of the best Marvel villains yet, in my opinion. Yeah, that ain't the Cosmic Cube. Was it? I never mentioned that in Thor.
It's not something one buries, but I think it is close.
By the way, did you notice that 4 guys were struggling to lift that seal of the coffin and he just casually shoved it? And the person in the tank somehow magically heard him say that. Yggdrasil, as we've seen in the Thor movie. See, that's how these movies are always connected, because, you know, Thor mentioned that. And I love the serpent, because it's a bit of a tease to the Serpent of Midgard from the comics. Loki's second son, by the way. Whoops. It's alive! It's alive! Trinkets in the desert. Somebody online thought that was a reference to Indiana Jones, but technically it's not. Because it's true that Hitler was searching for a bunch of weird stuff all over the world. No one can. Definitely it did. See, that it tells you that it's not really his face. And of course, the coloring of the red skull, although I have no idea how that splash of blood reached all the way over there. Let's see, retake Zeitemor. Yeesh, he's small.
What did your father die of? Mustard gas. He was in the 107th
Did he?
infantry. Was hoping he could be assigned. Your mother, she was a nurse. She knew. That hit. Couldn't shake it.
Clearly, this sets up the character of Steve Rogers perfectly. Both his parents were in the military and they died serving their country. So this guy wants to do the same thing because he feels patriotic. That's what I love about Steve's character. No matter how much the odds are against him, he's always going to do his best for his country. Able-bodied, yeah. Now the war propaganda. By the way, this was all real in the 40s. They always played these things before a movie to show everyone the importance of the war. And even in the 1940s, there was some asshole in the audience complaining. I'm not sure you can hear that well in that theater hall. Not a very wise thing to say or do. Just saying. Ouch. Oof. And of course, showing that one day he's gonna use a shield. That was a foreshadowing. Nope, he doesn't. Oof. And again, another good thing about Steve's character, he never gives up. And the perfect introduction of Bucky. I love this movie! This is one of my favorite Marvel movies! Why don't people love it as much as I do? I guess it's life. You did it like 50 times. I'm even curious how they CGI'd Chris Evans' head on some guy's body. It kind of looks like they're talking. Well, he is talking to that guy, but it looks like Steve is actually talking to Buck in this scene. Yeah, the future. The Stark Expo, the first one ever, I believe. Because we've already seen the Stark Expo in the future in Iron Man 2. Yeah, he's blonde. And if you look close, that's the original Human Torch! From the first ever Marvel character ever in the history of comics. The original Human Torch, I forget his name, but him, Captain America, and Namor were part of the first Marvel team, the Invaders. And of course, the introduction of Howard Stark, Tony's father, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Like my mom says, an apple tree doesn't grow oranges. By the way, that girl in the middle is Jenna Louise Coleman from Doctor Who. She played Clara Oswald. Just thought I'd mention that because I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. And of course, Howard Stark introduces the concept of a flying car. Because he can! It's Howard frickin' Stark! And naturally, it doesn't work as well. But if you've watched the spin-off show, Agent Carter, he uses that car in the season 2 finale, I believe. And it works. And that was actually the prototype for Lola from the TV show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The car that Agent Coulson has. And I have a Lego version of, by the way. Just saying. Of course, nothing is ever gonna deter Steve Rogers from trying to join the army, no matter how difficult it may be. I love the way they're talking too, because they got some of that, the 30s talk, the 40s. It's the kind of slang they used back then, And Stanley Tucci also, again. Marvel knocks their casting out of the park in all their movies. I love Chris Evans in the role. Chris Evans is the perfect version of Captain America, no matter what. And then, Sebastian Stan is Bucky as well. And I believe this guy just showed up from obscurity. And of course, Chris Evans didn't. He was. Yeah, these guys are really good friends. They love each other. Of course, like I said, Chris Evans has been. You guys don't care about that. Why am I even talking? And she's gone. I want you! Okay. That's never a good sign. And anybody who's ever been in the military knows that when a military police shows up, you're screwed. Except in this case, apparently. What are the odds of having a random conversation with a friend and running into the most important guy in the Second World War? Erskine. The Strategic Scientific Reserve, that's, by the way, what S.H.I.E.L.D. was before it became S.H.I.E.L.D. Just saying. He never gives up. Be very careful what you answer whenever someone asks you that question.
I don't want to kill anyone. I don't like bullies.
Perfect answer. Because you go to the military, saying, yeah, I want to kill some people. Yeah, I want to. They'll just send you to where.
So where is the little guy from?
Brooklyn. I believe Captain America is from Brooklyn originally. And by the way, there's a bronze statue of Captain America in Brooklyn. That's a real thing. And I love it. You gotta go to Brooklyn one day and see that statue. Now I love this. This is like a Bond villain type of evil lair. And look at this Easter egg. Dr. Arnim Zola! The way he looks in the comics. Whoops! No, it's not. It's just Toby Jones looking through a telescope thing. Clearly he has studied this. clearly they set this up that it's a very dangerous artifact that they need this kind of stuff just to hold it or touch it. And that's gonna come in handy later in the plot. No. And it's working. Clearly this tells you just how powerful this artifact is. And of course we all know, unless you've never seen this movie, this is an Infinity Stone, one of the most powerful artifacts in the Marvel Universe. They would. He's so small. Oh, yeah. That's my celebrity crush, Hayley Atwell. The most beautiful woman on the face of the planet. Hey, it's that bully from the theater. What are the odds again? I'm pretty sure he's a character from the comics, by the way. A minor character, by the way. Boom! Shut him down! Yeah, Colonel Chester Phillips, I believe, is a character from the comics. and casting Tommy Lee Jones is like perfect casting in this role. Just look at him!
And because they're going to get better. Much better. The Strategic Scientific Reserve. An allied effort made up the best minds of the free world. Our goal is to create the best army in history. But every army starts with one man. Again this week.
I love that they're showing a montage of him just failing literally everything. Yeah, and by the way, that's not legal. They're showing you a montage of him failing in everything he's supposed to do. Just, you know, to show you how unfit he is right now, as opposed to how well he's gonna do later. And everybody wants that, of course. Military challenges stuff. Well, of course, telling a bunch of bullshit to the troops to show them just how wrong they are and how bad they're performing. You also said that whoever gets the flag gets a ride with Agent Carter. Here, take this. I'm out of here. See? The guy is using his brains, not his bronze, which he clearly doesn't have. Hallmarks have a really good soldier. Yeah, that's literally the most insulting thing, and I speak with experience. To have be a rookie in the army and have a woman soldier who clearly outranks you, just lords over you and be better than you. As a man, that's very demeaning, but you get over it eventually.
It's making me cry.
I'm looking for qualities beyond the physical.
Did you know I wanted to set up this project? All growing I had to do for Senator what's his name?
What's his name?
I'll test every test we gave him. He's big, he's fast, he obeys orders, he's a soldier.
Yeah.
Niceness, doctor. Word. Guts.
Yeah, watch this. Everyone runs away, and Steve runs towards it. That's the hallmark of a good hero. Damn it. I don't know if I'd ever had the courage to do something like this. Guess where he ended up. Marini. Oops, sorry. Went a little overboard. This might be my favorite or my second favorite Marvel movie of all time. Might even be my favorite superhero movie because honestly it's the best MCU origin movie out of all of them. I love the fact that he's got wings on the shoulders. I just noticed that on the sleeves, signifying, of course, that Captain America has wings on his helmet. Part of his original costume design. Yep, that is true. That's what I love this scene because everything he says in there is true, especially about Germany, post World War I Germany. And setting up the villain, show you just how villainy he is.
Hitler uses his fantasies to inspire his followers, but for Schmidt it is not fantasy.
It is real.
It is real.
And we've seen the existence of gods in the Marvel universe. That was Odin, by the way, on that seal. The two crows. Who do you cast as the Nazi leader? Hugo Weaving. Perfect casting. Yeah. Most important part. Bad becomes verse. Grey line.
This is why you were chosen. Because the strong who has no power all his life can lose respect for that power.
Easily.
Lose the value of strength and lose compassion.
Thanks. I think.
One of the greatest scenes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Just two men sitting on beds in the barracks and having a conversation. And it's amazing. A good man. Such a heartfelt, emotional scene. And of course you and then again, Marvel manages to mix their emotional, hard-hitting scenes with little hints of comedy, and it works. That's the greatest thing about it. Of course, we get a tease of what the villain really looks like. Yeah, lots and lots of red in that portrait.
Statue found him. See for yourself.
Clearly they're spying on Dr. Erskine.
I just don't see why you need concern yourself. I can't imagine you succeed.
Again.
The serum is the Allies' only defense against this power we now possess. If we take it away from them, then our victory is assured.
Yeah, because an Infinity Stone left behind by the gods can be stopped by a man on steroids. Brilliant!
Dr. Zola. What do you think?
Very red. I really feel sorry for this artist. Who must have painted that. Yeah, because it's the 1940s, right?
I got beat up in that alley. In that parking lot.
And I love that that's
Behind that diner.
how he remembers this neighborhood. Listen to this. Sorry.
You start running, they'll never let you stop. You stand up, you push back. You can't say no forever, right?
I love that line.
Have every door shut in the face.
I guess I just don't know why you want to join the army. Dang.
Whee!
An agent, not a dame. You are beautiful.
Shut up, man.
No idea how to talk to one of you.
Nope.
It's the longest conversation I've had with one. Women aren't exactly
Me too.
smart enough to dance with a guy they want to step on.
You must dance.
Well, asking a woman to dance always seems so terrifying. In the past few years, just didn't seem to matter that much. Figured I'd wait.
For what?
Right woman.
Right partner.
Close enough. Again, another wonderful, great scene. And the chemistry between Chris Evans and Haley Atwell, even though it wasn't technically Chris Evans in the car, is amazing.
What are we doing here?
Follow me.
Yeah, because you're not allowed to share government secrets out in the open. Oh man, I'm in love. When my mom first saw this movie, she thought this was Spider-Man's aunt for some reason. Also, I'm pretty sure she's also a comic book character, this old woman, from the original 1940s Captain America comics. Surprise, surprise. Haley Atwell's the best. Even in the small role she had in Cinderella, the live action one. And years before this movie, she was in Doctor Who, by the way. She was in a Big Finish radio play. It was called Blood of the Daleks. I believe it's on YouTube. Look it up. The entire thing, she was the villain, if I'm not mistaken. It's an important event. Oh.
Take off your shirt, you're tying your head.
There's a woman in the room.
Senator Webb, where did you make it? Why exactly am I?
That's Senator's what's his face.
Coward, but of course, you give him the generator, so I think a lot of people are asking for funds. Oh, this is Clem, Fred Clemson, State Department. This project of yours comes
This guy looks like no.
somebody get
Why can't I remember his name? The guy from To Kill a Mockingbird. And I probably made myself sound like an idiot, not remembering his name. But I am an idiot, so what are you gonna do? It's fine, you'll grow into it.
Not as much as I should have. So, next time.
Next time. Mr. Stark! Howard Stark.
We are ready. And we'll ever be.
By the way, this guy's a British actor. Dominic Cooper. And he plays an American, and you can barely even tell that he's British. That's how good he is. And I believe he's the lead actor on Preacher. Jesse Custer. Yeah. Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we take not another step towards annihilation, but the first step.
This is before the moon landing, by the way. So, I'm not sure if the whole one great step for man line applies here. You can see that they need a lot of vials of the serum to give it to Captain America. And if I'm not mistaken, Emil Blonsky wasn't given a lot of it when he was when he became the Abomination. Now, was penicillin invented in World War II or World War I? I'm not sure. It was introduced as part of a war. I remember that. Zreek. That looks familiar. From the Incredible Hulk movie that nobody watched for some reason. Again, it boggles my mind why nobody watched that movie. One of the more important movies in the MCU. It was one of the setups.
Stephen? Can you hear me? Probably too late to go to the bathroom, right?
I don't think he's ever gonna need to go to the bathroom after this. Which kind of sounds interesting. If he needed to go to the bathroom during the process, and now he became somebody who just doesn't. Does that mean he never has to go to the bathroom, or does he always has to go to the weird?
Both sides are normal.
For now.
60, 70.
Repeat of the similar scene in the Hydra thing earlier. She clearly cares for him. Again, the marks of a great hero. No matter how badly he's in pain, he's still pushing forward. He never gives up. That's what Captain America is! Damn it. I love you, Shieldy. Kaboom, 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 buzz, 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 buzz. We burned him!
Mr. Stark?
Ta 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 ta! Oops, wrong hero. But man, does he look good! Whoa! And I love the music cue. Some bitch did it. Now I'm an evil guy, and I left a bomb and nobody noticed that. Yo. Now look at this, look at this. Fuck. Oops. Sorry. See that? See that? She couldn't help herself either. She had to touch it.
The folks in Berlin are about to get very nervous.
You have no idea. I must be an evil man now. A Zippo commercial. Kaboom! And for some reason there was a vial left of course, shoot the scientist, so he couldn't create more. Shoot you! And shoot you! With one hand, by the way. An arm. This, right here, this is the most important part. This is what sets Captain America on his journey. Steve Rogers. Oh. Boom! How did she even know there was shooting in there? Wasn't it like airtight or something? Yeah, random people on the streets have guns now. Look, it's the Untouchables movie. Kaboom! Now she can't follow them. But watch this. BAM! That's how great she is as a marksman. Okay, that was stupid. However, for some reason she can't hit him now. When he's running towards her. Of course he did. Whoops, now he can actually run! And he's using his newfound abilities to chase a freaking car on foot with no shoes on. Did taking the shoes off was a part of the procedure? And as you can see, he doesn't even get caught from the window. And jump! Now that's a jump right there. Come on, Steve. Come on, you can do this. Come on. Boing, boing. Kind of gives you a sense this guy knows where he's supposed to be driving. Look, Captain America got a new power. He's able to see bullets coming at him without even seeing the gun. Now, this is a wreck. A guy would get totaled after a wreck like that. And this guy comes up without a single scratch on him. And remember, this is the 1940s. Seatbelts weren't even invented. Alright? That's how lucky this guy is. And he got shot in the arm a few minutes ago. Of course, doing some bad guy stuff. I really missed, by the way, the part where he lift up the taxi door as a shield and it had a star on him. Peter 13. Okay. You seriously seriously expect a Nazi not to shoot children in the head? Man, this Zippo does everything! Where can I get one of those? I love that in some parts of this movie, it kind of feels like a James Bond spy movie. Doesn't it? Of course, Captain America can hold his breath for a very long time under the water. And swim really fast. Boom! And he can actually punch a window underwater, which should be a bit impossible. Zrick! Oh no, you don't. And there goes the serum. Two more shall take its place. Cyanide. Hell Hydra! This just shows you how committed these guys are for their cause. They're willing to kill themselves rather than to be taken captive. Oh, and by the way, this guy now has some time on his hands to admire his new body. By the way, the Aryan perfection was blue-haired hairs and blonde eyes, but does Hitler look like that? On the other hand, Captain America, just saying. And by the way, he called him the Red Skull. Guess where that name came from?
You have come to see the results of our work. Let me show you.
Hitler speaks of a 1,000-year Reich, but he cannot feed his armies for a month. His troops spill their blood across every field in Europe, but still he is no closer to...
It was an ambitious idea at first, but
And I suppose you
he couldn't really sustain it.
Science, but I understand your confusion. Great power has always baffled primitive man. Hydra is assembling an arsenal
Magic is just science you don't understand, by the way.
wherever they are, regardless of how many forces they possess, all in a matter of hours. Your enemies?
Yeah, he kinda said that. Clearly shows you which side he's on.
Quite simply, gentlemen, I have harnessed the power of thoughts.
The gods.
Thank you, Schmidt. For what?
I love the fact that Germans are speaking English for some reason. Berlin is on this map! Automated guns.
You will be brought before the Führer himself!
Shazoom! And I love the fact that this gun is actually making the same sound effects as Tony Stark's armor. Shazoom!
My apologies, Doctor, that we both knew Hydra could grow no further in Hitler's shadow. Hail Hydra.
The hallmarks of a great villain. Hail Hydra! Now, since we know by now that the Tesseract, the Cosmic Cube, whatever you want to call it, is actually the Space Stone, I'm curious what exactly does it do to the people that it kills. Because it looks like it's vaporizing them, but does it? Or does it send them to another part of space where they can peacefully drift away in the void? Yep, he would. And that's only just the beginning.
Great. Why don't we start with how a German spy got a ride to my secret installation in your car?
modestly, I'm the best mechanical engineer in this country. But I know what's inside this thing or how it works. I'm not even close to this technology.
And who is?
Hydra.
I'm sure you'll agree on business.
I'm on a number of committees, Colonel.
Hydra is the Nazi Deep Science Division. It's led by your
I'm gonna switch hands, by the way. Hold on. Ah, much better.
As of today, the SSR is being retasked.
To
We are
what?
taking the flight to Hydra Package back.
Finally.
You two in Stark?
Oops.
Sir, if you're going after Schmidt, I want in.
Good experiment you're going to Gordo.
What?
The serum worked.
By the way, they took some samples from him earlier. That's how Colonel or General Ross had some serum to give Emil Blonsky 70 years from now.
The country's seen it. Paper. And this one mine's been around the block since your picture hit the newsstands. You don't take a soldier, a symbol like that. I am an
Because Captain America was a symbol and technically still is.
serve your country on the most important battlefield of the war.
Sir, that's all I want.
I love Chris Evans in this role.
You just got wrong.
He's perfect.
I don't know if I can do this.
Nothing to. Sell a few bonds, bonds buy bullets, bullets kill Nazis. Bling, bang, boom. You're an American hero.
This is not how I picture getting there.
Greatest American hero. Well, hello there. And this technically is how the original Captain America costume looked. It looks goofy, but it is. American way. Hi, girls.
Oh,
Series E defense bonds. Each one you buy is a bullet in the barrel of your best guy's gun.
America. I love that this movie is embracing the cheesy campiness of the 40s. Because if you read 1940s comics, that's basically what it is. War propaganda. American war propaganda. And who better to do that than Captain freaking America? Legs. Your best man's gun. This is, by the way, how the people used to talk and sing during these war propaganda stuff. Hello, girls. The Star-Spangled Man with a Plan. One of Captain America's many nicknames.
Can't do that without bullets and bandages, tanks and cannons.
Look at this.
Every bond you buy will help protect someone you love. Keep our boys army ready. Think twice about trying to get the drop on.
I love the main... Home! That's the cover of the first Captain America comic. I love the fact that they made the guy playing Hitler look ugly, because they used to do that a lot in the 40s comics. They draw the... Yep, there it is! The Captain America comics, the first issue ever published. Like I said, they used to make the villains look ugly to show you how evil they are. America. Hi. Look at this. Bam! Tangled man. America. Basically, like I said, if you read 1940s comics, basically all of them are just, they have this little tag that says buy bonds or something. So it's been what, 18 months? How long has he been Captain America?
I think they only know the one song, but I'll see what I can do. Nice boots, Tinkerbell.
Come on.
We're all on the same team here.
Wait a second. The Peter Pan movie hadn't come out yet in 1943. In fact, Disney was a pretty young company back then. Hi, girls. Very nice angles to film.
Hello, Steve.
And what exactly are you doing there?
Hi.
What are you doing?
Officially, I'm not here at all.
Of course.
First performance.
Yeah, had to improvise a little bit.
Clearly.
I'm used to usually more,
Of course, the best part about Captain America is his perfect hair.
bond sales take a 10% bump in every state I visit.
That's Senator Brandt I hear.
At least he's got me doing this. Phillips would have had me stuck in a lab.
And these there were only two options.
A lab rat or a dancing monkey.
You were meant for more than this, you know.
Of course. By the way, when did Steve get the ability to draw that good?
What?
Because I want to have one of those.
For the longest time, I dreamed about coming overseas and being on the front lines, serving my country. Finally got everything I wanted.
And it's this.
I'm wearing tights.
Yeesh.
They look like they've been through hell.
These men more than most. Schmidt sent out a force to Azam. 200 men went up against him. In less than 50 returned.
Boom.
The 107?
And of course, Steve remembers the 107 from his brief conversation with Bucky a few years ago.
Casualty list from Mazzano. You don't get to give me orders, son.
I just need one name. Sergeant James Barnes from the 107th.
You and I are going to have a conversation later that you won't enjoy.
Please tell me he's alive, sir. B-A-R.
I can spell.
His full name is actually James Buchanan Barnes. That's when where the name Bucky came from. But the name is freaking James Barnes!
What about the others? Are you planning a rescue mission?
Most common name in the planet.
But if you know where they are, why not at
They're
least...
30 miles behind the lines. Through some of the most heavily fortified territory in Europe. You lose more men than we'd say. I don't expect you to understand that because you're a forest girl.
I
Oh.
understand just fine.
Well, then understand it somewhere else. If I read the posters correctly, you've got someplace...
You really want to punch this guy in the face, but at the same time, this guy's leading the war against the Nazis.
Yes, sir.
So you can't exactly.
If you have something to say, right now is the perfect time to keep it to yourself.
And he still thinks he's standing there.
What do you plan to do? Walk towards him?
That's what it takes.
You heard the colonel. Your friend is most likely dead.
You don't know that.
Even so, he's devising a strategy to protect
By the
him.
time he's done that, it's great.
Steve!
Steve!
Told me you thought I was meant for more than this. Did you mean that?
Every word.
You gotta let it go.
I can do more than that.
I love how the way he kind of assembled his costume.
My helmet? Anyone see Rogers?
He kind of improvised the costume for his first mission.
Two mountain ranges. It's a factory of some kind.
And he's using the shield for some reason.
Just get me as close as you can. You know, you two are gonna be in a lot of trouble tonight.
You won't.
Where I'm going, if anybody yells at me, I should just shoot them.
They will undoubtedly shoot back.
Well, let's hope it's good for something.
Agent Carter.
Yeah, for something.
Much of a hurry, I thought we could stop off in Lucerne for a late night fondue.
Oh boy.
Duck is the best civilian pilot I've ever seen. He's mad enough to brave this airspace. We're lucky to have him.
Oh yeah.
So are you two? You,
Fondue.
fondue?
Fuel transponder, activate it when you're ready, and the signal will lead us straight to you.
Are you sure this thing works?
Tested more than you, pal.
Whoa.
Get back here! We're taking all the way here! You can't give me orders!
I'm Captain America, bitch! Yeah, sorry I said that, but it was kind of, you know, the thing. Roll up. Yeesh. Very early arc reactor technology, or at least what looks like it. The thing about a cinematic universe like this, when they do movies that are set in the past, it kind of changes the history and the mythology of it, but this movie kind of does it in a very good way, where it doesn't change too much. Go away! I thought Nazis killed prisoners. Oh! There he is! Dum Dum Dugan! From the comics.
One of these days, I'm gonna have a stick of my own.
Again, the same conversation from Iron Man 1. The guy who has the bigger stick, or whatever. And by the way, that guy was Neil McDonough, who can currently be seen in the Arrowverse as Damien Dark. Just thought I'd let you guys know. And he was actually in one of the Next Generation Star Trek movies, First Contact. I'm just full full of information today, aren't I? Yet I still can't remember the name of the guy from To Kill a Mockingbird. Whoops. Hi. And the guy driving the truck didn't hear that. For some reason. Oh, I love this. Watch this. Everybody goes to check the truck, and boom! They're shoving into oblivion. How do you get around the base like that at night with a shield that has the freaking American flag on it and nobody can see you? Well, he is fast. I love that he's just parkouring his way to the inside the base. I love this mission. I love everything about this movie. Boom! I love this movie so much. This movie just makes me happy. I love movies that make me happy. La 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 la. Happy, happy, happy. I don't know what I took before I watched this, but it's working. By the way, Captain America did have a gun in the early Captain America comics. And he's taking that. You know, when you break into an enemy camp, you gotta take whatever you can, right? Woof! Hey, everybody. Who the hell are you? I'm Captain America. Beg your pardon?
What are we taking, everybody?
Jim Morita.
Fresno, Ace. Is there anybody else? For Sergeant James Barnes. There's not left more than the fact that no one doesn't come back for it. Tree line is northwest, 80 yards past the gate.
This guy is, like I said, Jim Morita.
I'll meet you guys in
I'll talk about it later.
You know what you're doing? Yeah. I knocked that 8 off the road too many times.
A riot! Come here, you little muffies! Oh, now they decide to shoot. And remember, they're using guns that are powered by a freaking Infinity Stone. Zoom! Yeah, you know how to work a gun, you know how to work this thing. No, it's hard to look at him right now with that mustache and not think of Damien Dark, but... you know... Look at this. Hold on. That camera is Arnim Zola's real camera from the comics, because Arnim Zola is basically a disembodied head in a robot suit with a camera on his head. That was a Nazi technique, you know. When you're being invaded, just destroy the base and everything else with it. Take what you can. Whee! Shazoom! Yeah, those were grenades back then. Gotta take that, because it's the most important thing. I love that clock design. Oh, there it was! That was the design for the robot suit that Arnim Zola used in the comics, and unfortunately it didn't make its way to the movies. Uh-oh. Gotta run! I'm still not sure what the Nazis were, what Hydra was planning to do with Bucky in this scene. Clearly they were planning something, but why specifically him? What was their plan? And in the next Captain America movie, we see a flashback of Arnim Zola experimenting on him. I'm gonna change hands again, by the way. Hold on.
What happened to you? I joined the army.
A little. Who was screaming your head off? Run away! The destruction of the base. Captain America!
I am a great fan of your films. Oh, Dr. Aspen managed it after all. Not exactly an improvement, but still. Impressive.
Shut up! I'm gonna pull your face apart. Whoa. Yeesh. Go away! Watch this. I love this shot. Two sides of the same coin, but they couldn't be too further apart. This scene is a bit mortifying. Ugh. Oh! Good Captain. Pretend to be a simple soldier, but in reality, you're just afraid to admit that we have left humanity behind. I love his lines in this movie. Proudly. And as you can see, he pretty much changed his entire attire from the military garb he had earlier to this black leather thing that looks a lot closer to what he looks like in the comics. The modern comics, that is. Because in the original 40s comics, he was wearing some green jumpsuit or something. You know a guy trusts another guy when he gives him the keys to his car? Just saying. But he did say no scratch, so you gotta be real careful. Very bizarre Hydra biplane. Careful. Yeah, because that's not scary at all. But then again, this guy's a soldier, so he's gotta have some sort of bravery. You okay? I love this. They're such good friends that they wouldn't leave each other no matter what. Even though neither of them had a single chance of survival. Okay. Jump! And this is a clear case of movie trickery, fooling you into thinking that the hero is not going to survive.
Regret to report that Captain Stephen G. Rogers went missing behind
Stephen what, Rogers?
the third. Aerial reconnaissance has proven unfruitful.
Well, apparently they promoted him to captain.
Rogers killed that.
Oh, you think?
Lost surveillance flash is back. New sign of activity.
Go get a cup of coffee, Corporal. Yes, sir. Can't touch Stark, he's rich.
Yeah.
And he's the Army's #1 weapons contractor. You need one.
With respect, sir, I don't regret my actions. And I don't think Captain Rogers did either.
I love that coat.
That's your opinions. Took a chance with you, Agent Carter, and now America's golden boy and a lot of other good men are dead because you had a crush.
Or wasn't that? I have faith.
In the army, we used to kill each other over these coats. These were known as the officer coats. Only the officers get to wear these. Hey, guess what? Not a single POW died in that battle. So that's something. And who's leading the charge? Captain America and the Howling Commandos! Yeah! And they got a tank! So did they actually walk all the way from that base? I love the Captain America score. Oh, guess who? By the way, that jerk. Now, who would have thought they would have both ended up in... Him and Bucky would have ended up in the same spot in the army.
Some of these men need medical attention. I'd like to surrender myself for disciplinary action.
Yeah, you do that.
That won't be necessary.
Good job.
Yes, sir. Wait, huh?
You're late.
You're late.
See, oh my... Man, she's so beautiful.
Couldn't call my ride.
Let's hear it for Captain America! Oh, I love this. That's this. And guess what? He's nowhere to be found.
Captain, that's your cue.
And who just happens to be sitting at that meeting? Stanley! Oh! Zeppelin. Meanwhile, underneath the thing. Oh, because he's got perfect memory, so he remembers everything he saw on that map. And they actually promoted him to captain, by the way. He's wearing military uniform right now. American military uniform. She's wearing British military uniform.
Sergeant Barnes said
I think.
shipped all the parts to another facility that isn't on this map.
Agent Carter, coordinate with MI6. I want every Allied eyeball looking for that main Hydra base.
What's that now?
We are going to set a fire under Johann Schmidt's ass.
And that's Nettle Dormer, who was wasted in this movie, by the way, but never mind.
Yes, sir. I'll need a team.
We're already putting
But she's so beautiful as well.
So am I. So let's get this straight. You barely got out of there alive and you want us to go back?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Brother. Huh?
There he is. Jim Morita. His, the actor, I can't remember his name, but he's gonna play his own grandson in the Spider-Man movie that comes out a few years after this. I mean, just look at him. That's Damien Dark in a wig. And of course, that's the setup of the Howling Commandos. He sets up a team made up of just a few people he fought with during that battle. Captain America just walks into a random bar in London and everyone just accepts that. And watch this. BAM! Marry me! Oh, I'm in love. Yeah. She's completely ignoring him.
I might, even when this is all over.
Oi, oi, oi.
Right, partner.
I could be your partner.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be there. I'm invisible.
And he's still a sergeant?
I'm turning to you. Don't take it so hard. Maybe she's got a friend.
Maybe. You know that blonde girl played by Nell Dormer?
Alpha, beta, or neutral. Without Rogers,
So, can you actually take pieces off of the Tesseract?
see what all of that's about.
Bzz, boom! If you couldn't tell already, I have seen this movie a ridiculous number of times by now. 400 prisoners liberated. Okay. Okay, I'll wait. Hello there.
I read about what you did.
Well, that's a nose job. A very good one, but
Just doing what needed to be done.
Sounded like more than that. You saved nearly 400 men.
that's not what the papers are saying. They're saying 400.
Really, it's not a big deal.
Maybe the props look nice because it's supposed to be set up in the 40s. I don't know what I'm saying now. I am looking at a beautiful blonde and I can't control my emotion. What? Now, this scene is kind of redundant because it doesn't lead to anything. Yeah, she's mad for a few
We're ready for you.
minutes,
Otherwise occupied.
and that's about the end of it.
Looks like finding a partner wasn't that hard after all.
I believe that was his first kiss ever.
Okay, Captain, not one thing. Always wanted to be a soldier, and now you are. Just like all the rest.
Well, what about you and Sark? How do I know you two haven't been...
Fondue. Oh boy.
You still don't know a bloody thing about women.
Fondue's just cheese and bread, my friend. Really?
And sometimes chocolate.
Well, the moment you think you know what's going on in a woman's head, the moment your goose is well and truly cooked. I concentrate on work, which at the moment...
No one knows what really goes on inside a woman's head.
Get killed. Carbon polymer. Should withstand your average German bayonet. Although, I'm just not going to attack you with a pocket knife. I hear you're kind of attached.
Yeah.
Easier than you might think. I took the liberty of coming up with some options. This one's fun.
They always look like a little too heavy, don't you think? And of course, that's where he goes with the design. Vibranium! That's it. Setting up the Black Panther movie, 7 years before the movie actually comes out.
That's
did they get vibranium? That's what I'd like to know.
What do you think?
Okay. Yes, I think it works. I love you.
I have some ideas about you.
She dangerous.
Whatever you want, pal.
And the shield! Boom, 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 boom. I love this montage! I love Captain America's fighting style. That's why I bought this thing. Well, that's not exactly the reason why, but still. Oh, there goes that. Hey, thank you. Another one bites the dust. I also love the costume. It looks military grade, but it's designed to look like the Captain America costume. And, you know, of course it's designed after the American flag. By the way, this team of Howling Commandos, that's where Warner Brothers got the idea for Wonder Woman to have the same thing. Of course, it was a bit of a copy, but it was a good one, so you can't really blame them for trying. And guess what he has? See, he still cares. Boom! By the way, in the comics, Bucky was this little kid. And he was always doing the stuff that Captain America was too afraid to do. You know, all the dirty work of the military. Whee! Boom! Kabow! You are failing!
We are close to an offensive that will shake the planet. And we are continually delayed because you cannot outwit a simpleton with a
A simpleton with a shield!
I merely developed the weapons. I cannot fire.
Neither are the guys using them.
Mission's up there before the American finishes his.
That's always the struggle, isn't it?
We fought to the last man.
Not yet.
Evidently not.
Shows you just how evil he is, by the way. I love this group that he's got. Shows you how diverse the military was at that time.
Yeah, I threw up. This isn't payback, is it?
I love what Bucky's wearing, because that's literally what he was wearing in the comics, minus the mask. Even the fold in the buttons.
Let's get going because they're moving like the devil. We only got about a 10-second window. You miss that window, we'll both on a windshield. Mind the gap. Better get moving.
If any of you have ever been to London, whenever you ride the underground, there's always a disembodied voice saying, "Please mind the gap," between the train and the platform. The importance of the mission clearly stated that Bucky was the only one. Bucky and Cap were the only ones who needed to be on the train, as it was a very secretive operation. Since it's a much bigger weapon, it needs some time to charge itself. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom! Leg me po! Oeh! Boom! Yeah, too smart for ya? Pew! Now that's teamwork. Woo! This is clearly a reference to the fact that Bucky became Captain America in the comics eventually. Kaboof! Yeah, and that train has a hole in it right now. This part always kills me. I mean, first time I watched this movie, I knew it was coming. I knew Bucky had to fall off of something because of the Winter Soldier, but still, it was kind of hard to watch. By the way, in the comics, this, just in case you were interested, Bucky didn't actually fall from a train. He died in a helicopter crash carrying a bomb that Cap was trying to defuse but couldn't, and that's how he got frozen, and Bucky ended up where he did. Just dropping some random information. Yeah, that's not for you. I love Tommy Lee Jones. Ooh. Okay. Oh, but one. I mean, oh, one of them. Yeah. Or he wanted to be captured.
I sent that message to Washington this morning. Of course, it was encoded. You guys haven't broken those codes, have you? That would be awkward. It's going to kill you anyway, Doc. You're a liability. You know more about Schmidt than anyone. And the last guy who cost us was Captain Rogers' closest friend, so I wouldn't give him the very best of protection. It's you or Schmidt. It's just the hand you've been dealt.
Listen to between a rock and a hard place.
You do realize that's nuts, don't you?
Yeah.
Sanity of the plan is of no consequence.
And why is that?
Because he can't do it.
What's his target?
The world. Boom. And that's the ship from the beginning of the movie. Something a Nazi would say.
Powerless against us. If they shoot down one plane,
Hundreds more will rain fire upon them! If they cut off one head, 2 more shall take its place. Hail Hydra. So I always look behind them, only the elite troops. Phew. Oh, I love you so much. This, by the way, is the same bar that they were drinking a few days ago. Gone now.
Dr. Erskine said that this serum wouldn't just affect my muscles, it would affect my cells.
Your entire body.
Create a protective system of regeneration and healing, which means I can't get drunk.
Or get tired. So that's a plus.
Your metabolism runs 4 times faster than the average person. You thought it could be one of the side effects? It wasn't your fault.
Did you read the report?
Yes,
Then you know that's not true.
you did everything you could.
He did fire at the shield. Just saying.
Did you believe in your friend? Did you respect him? You blamed yourself. And that vulnerability of his choice. He damn well must have thought you were worth it.
I'm going after Schmidt.
You have to.
I'm not gonna stop till all of Hydra's dead or captured.
You won't be alone.
Johann Schmidt belongs in a bug house. He
Yeesh.
thinks God is willing to blow up half the world to prove it, starting with the USA.
Schmidt's working with powers beyond our capabilities. He gets across the Atlantic, he'll wipe out the entire eastern seaboard in an hour.
Pee. I don't know if you found him first.
How much time we got? According to my new best friend, under 24 hours.
Where is he now?
Hydra's last base is here. In the Alps, 500 feet below the surface.
Below?
What are we supposed to do? Let's go and put this mark on the front door. Why not?
And everybody's looking at him.
That's exactly what we're gonna do.
The best leader on the planet says something, you damn well follow it. Choo, 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 and they're still shooting at the shield for some reason. Then again, you kind of have to consider where the guns are positioned on those bikes. And wow, that's a very gadget-heavy bike. Whoa! I can't believe I forgot about this part. Whee! Yeah, the Wilhelm scream. I remember that. Oh yeah? Sleep. Pizzoots! And he's putting the shield front. Pizzoots! Whee! Eat my dust, Hydra! Kaboof! Boom! That bike was loaded with explosives. That was what gave him the entry point. Oof. Fighting with that shield is completely unfair. Boom! Rick! Peace. Oh. I love the wings on the helmet, by the way. I can't believe I've chosen now to notice that. But it's still much more subtle reference to the wings than he had on his original headgear.
Arrogance may not be a uniquely American trait, but I must say you do it better than anyone.
Huh. So do you.
What even you can do. What did Eskin tell you otherwise?
He told me you were insane.
He was not lying.
Resented my genius and tried to deny me what was rightfully mine. But he gave
By the way, that face looks perfect as the Red Skull. It's a mixture of makeup and CGI, but it looks wonderful. Well, I wouldn't want to have a face like that, but still.
I'm just a kid from Brooklyn.
Boom! I hate Brooklyn!
I can do this all day.
Oh, of course you
Call back to that line.
Fortunately, I am on a tight schedule.
Yee!
So am I.
He planned this! نعيف الخليشان. Don't forget your shield! Gee, that's a lot of them. It's a good thing they were distracted. Whoa! Yee! Whoa. I still think the Tesseract and these weapons are just sending people across space rather than just disintegrate them. Seems the more logical thing. Let's go find 2 more! Whee! Steve! And because it's vibranium, it's not gonna break anytime soon. Or ever. At least not by that door. Ugh. So are you.
What you're about to...
Oh yeah, I have a red skull to catch. That closing should have been immediately, but never mind. Blah, blah. And again, that's the ship from the beginning. Sail! New York City! It's a pretty weird looking ship, but it works, I guess. Yeah, you can outrun a car, but you ain't never gonna outrun that. At least not on foot. Whee. A jump! Whee. Yeah, he's still never gonna start. He just did. Get in! They took my car! How is that car faster than that plane? Makes 0 sense. Oh, and then there's this. 'Cause you gotta have those, right? Just like Natalie Portman. She's been waiting an entire movie for this. Hold on, what's the propeller? Good. You're scratching my car! Whee! That was close. You can't kill off Haley Atwell that easy. Oh, Haley. That's an easy way in. Sneaky. And for some reason they wrote funny little names on all the bombs. And if you've seen the How It Should Have Ended YouTube video about this movie, there's a really funny scene of how they or why they wrote those names. Don't question my genius! Seriously, just watch it. And there goes that. And this guy as well. Killing! What? He is the hero, right? So wait, are these bombs kamikaze planes? Get off! There's a pretty graphic scene coming up. It's always a bit hard for me to watch. It's part of the reason I didn't want to watch this movie again after I watched it the first time, but after it's been a few years, I've watched it again, and it was awesome! No, it's one of my favorite Marvel movies, as I've mentioned. And crushing an entrance. Yeesh. That shield's been through a lot. It's almost as scratched as my shield. And lost. And that's exactly what he said to that bully in the alley. Eesh. Oof. Whoa! That's a great lock. Hand lock. Ooh. Oof. Ouch. Kind of reminds me of a famous scene from the Spider-Man animated series where they were literally locked in battle for years because they were too evenly matched. Woo! Going down. Wee. Blech. Yeah, autopilot. Right. Because Hydra had it in the 1940s. are you, Doctor Strange? Whee! Woohoo! Kabows! And there goes the machine. And why are you grabbing it with your hand, dumbass? Because guess what's happening? It opens a portal to space! It's the space stone! That's why I still think that this stone doesn't just kill people, it sends people across space. However, as you can clearly see, it's very difficult to make the trip. A lot of people think that because of this, the Red Skull could be alive somewhere. Serving Thanos, presumably. Some people online I've seen even think that he is Thanos. But that's a bit crazy. Because, just think about it. 1940s Earth, some guy travels all the way to space and somehow becomes the most powerful creature in the galaxy after 70 years. But still, that's just a theory, of course. I wonder if there really was no other chance to get away from this thing. He chose to die a hero. I still love the costume. All the straps and buckles. One of the saddest scenes in the movie. Actually, the saddest scene in the movie. Don't cry, my little angel, I'm here.
8 o'clock on the dot. Don't dare be late. Understood?
And this little conversation plays well into the other Marvel properties. Is Steve has a vision of this dance in Age of Ultron, and she's having a vision of this dance in season 2 of her show, Agent Carter. By the way, if you haven't watched the TV show Agent Carter or the Marvel one-shot called Agent Carter, you really should. It focuses on her, and she's the most beautiful woman in the world, so why wouldn't you want to watch more of her? But still, it really fleshes out the Marvel universe in the 1940s. And this is how it all comes full circle to where they found this ship crashed, and wherever it was they found it, and it's even crashed in the same angle that they found it. Oops. And the war is over, thanks to Captain America. For some reason we're seeing shots from Britain, but never mind. Oh, that's Trafalgar Square. I've been there. To the captain. Yeah, because you had submarines that could do that back then. Right. Thanks, Mr. Stark. At least they found that. And that's how the cosmic cube got to S.H.I.E.L.D. at the end of Thor. And how they're still using it in the Avengers. Oh, Haley. Inactive. And he's giving her his file. Not sure why. I love you, Haley. Please marry me. Yep, this is how he looked like. Once. Your fingers are beautiful. And as you can see, he's been immortalized and remembered as the greatest American hero. Now, you could have actually ended the movie there, but they chose to add this scene to show that he didn't actually die. He was found by S.H.I.E.L.D. decades later. But I can make the argument that if you end that scene with the little kids running away, it still becomes a perfect movie. But it's more of a one and done movie as opposed to being part of a larger cinematic universe. So I get why they had to put this scene in, but even with this scene, it's still a great movie. That's what Marvel's doing so well, and all these other cinematic universes are failing at. Make a good movie individually with several ties to the larger universe, but don't force the universe into the movie. And of course, he's got perfect memory, so he remembers the game. You're not Haley Atwell! Yeah, right. Okay. He actually remembers this thing. Whoa. I don't think there were reruns in the 1940s. Especially not of these things. Boom! I love that they actually went the effort of trying to ease him into this new world. Whoa, what happened to New York City? Yep, everything's different now. It kind of feels like a matter of time now. He literally feels like he's on a different planet. Even though it looks familiar. Even the cars, the screens, everything.
Look, I'm sorry about that little show back there, but we thought it best to break it to you before we break what? You've been asleep, Captain. For almost 70 years.
Whoops. Oh no.
Gonna be okay?
Oh look, it's Wicked. I just noticed that. Poster for Wicked. And date. Perfect way to end the movie. After all this. I Want You! Directed by Joe Johnston, the director of The Rocketeer. Again, perfect choice for directing a movie like this. Just watch The Rocketeer. Oh, Kevin Feige again. Louis Despacito, of course. And I love this montage. Oh, there he is, Stan Lee, in the credits, as he should be. I love this montage of, you know, American propaganda mixed with this wonderful score for the credits. I love this movie. I love everything about this movie. I don't know why people don't think this movie is quite up to snuff. It's my favorite Captain America movie out of the three. Alan Silvestri. Oh, so that's why I like the score. It's actually got the best score out of the three Captain America movies, in my opinion. Chris Evans, Tommy Lee Jones, Hugo Weaving, Haley Atwell, my future wife, hopefully, Sebastian Stan, Dominic Cooper, Toby Jones, Neil McDonough, yeah! Derek Luke, no idea which one of those. Oh, there he is, Kenneth Choi. That's the name of the actor of Jim Morito, and Stanley Tucci, of course. Paramount Pictures and Marvel Entertainment presents a Marvel Studios production. Keep 'em flying, Marvel, keep 'em flying. A film by Joe Johnston. Captain America, the first Avenger. Hold on. Yep, there it is, that song I mysteriously like. Baby American way. Our spangled man with a plan. Yeah, this thing's heavy. The Star-Spangled Man with a plan. I gotta change hands. Well, that was a bit tiring. Ugh. Lay low. Lay low. And blue. America, America. Star-Spangled Man with a in America. Wow, that was fun. For those of you who didn't have a shield in their hand, I hope you enjoyed this little song and dance. Let's just see how much long. So we've got about 5 minutes till the end of the credits. So, what do you guys want to do? You want to go grab a pizza or something? I'm just throwing words at you guys. Hey, look! You know who I completely forgot about? Timmy! Yes, Timmy was right over there looking at me, and I completely forgot to include him in this commentary. I'm sorry, Timmy. I love you, Timmy. Okay. Oh, sorry. Trying to. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Wait, Brian Michael Bendis was on the creative team? That's interesting. So, I really hope you enjoyed this movie. Again, I've said it several times. This is... I don't know, I need to watch some of the other Marvel movies to reevaluate my opinions, but right now, as it stands, this is once again my first or second favorite Marvel movie ever. What do you think, Superman? You like this movie? Even though it's your rivals and Captain America is technically modeled after you because of your colors and what you stand for and what you represent? Please tell the people in the audience. Thank you, Superman. I can always count on you to say the right thing. About 3 minutes left. Minus the little tag in the end. Although technically speaking, you don't really have to wait all the way to the end, because it's not really a scene, it's more a trailer for the next Marvel movie, which is of course the Avengers. But you can stay and you can stay and watch if you like. I won't stop you. I know I definitely am, because you know I always like to watch all my movies all the way to the end. There he is, the Star-Spangled Man with a Plan. Huh. You don't say. A lot of songs in this movie for some reason. Soundtrack's available on Walt Disney Records. I think that's the first one. Then. Oh look! Special thanks to Joe Simon, Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, Mark Millar, Brian Woods, Ed Brubaker, the guy that did the run on Captain America, where they brought Bucky back as the Winter Soldier. Number 46,937. Okay. Now you think, well, Captain America will return in the Avengers. You'd think the post-credit scene would probably be about the Winter Soldier or the Avengers. And it ended up being the Avengers. Now I love this scene because it's literally straight, just taken out of the Black Panther comics, where you see Steve Rogers practicing and he just punches a punching bag out of its place. Trying to save it. Guess what's coming? The helicarrier! That is Loki. Next summer. Nope. Some assembly required. What? Remember, this is the first time people on the planet saw this. The combination of all the movies that came before it, the Avengers. Now, I don't care. You can say you don't like the movie. It's fine. I won't judge you for that. I don't really like that movie as well. But you still can't deny the importance of a movie like The Avengers. The first time these characters are being portrayed on screen together. Not separately, but in their own unified movie. Which was believed to be unheard of at the time. So, that's that, I guess. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time.